On August 10th, 2024, the Toronto Council Fire Native Cultural Centre hosted its 7th annual youth gathering at Regent Park. The event held a myriad of Indigenous-centered activities, and it was a vibrant hub of dancing, drums, food, and vendors. rptv reporter Thundercloud was on location at the event, conducting interviews with attendees and capturing their insights and experiences. Let's continue to the video to watch these interviews.
Good afternoon, and I'm Thundercloud reporting for Regent Park TV, and I have here as my guest at the Toronto Council Fire Cultural Centre Youth Powwow in Regent Park, Toronto, Ontario, I have Miss Indigenous Canada.
Sanse, my name is Jessica McKenzie. My spirit name is Spirit Wolf Woman, and I'm a proud member of Opaswak Cree Nation.
Beautiful. And where are you from?
So originally my community is from Opaswak Cree Nation, which is the Paw, Manitoba. However, I do reside in Pickering, Ontario.
Wonderful. Beautiful Pickering. I've been there. And it's a little quieter than Toronto right now because we're enjoying the dancing and the drumming. And what brings you to a event like this?
So my family and I usually do come out to powwows just to see community, see our friends. But what's really beautiful as well is I am a vendor, and I do have a small business called Future Cookum. And this was actually our very first powwow that we vended at about 2 years ago. So, you know, the team is just so kind and so welcoming to myself and my family that when I do have a rare opportunity to come shine, I wanted to really invite them into this space as well.
Well, congratulations, and we're really grateful that you're shining here with us today in Regent Park at the powwow. And can you tell me a little bit about your title of Miss Indigenous Canada? And we were all so proud of you that you won the title, and we were so moved. I mean, some of us saw you on TV. And tell us a little more about what you had to achieve to win your title, please.
For sure, it's a great question. So this was actually the very first Miss Indigenous Canada. There has never been one before this. So this pageant was really special as it wasn't a typical colonial beauty pageant. It was more focused around community involvement, ceremony, really coming together as a community and truly showcasing our love for our people. So it's very different. However, I've been in this role for about 2 weeks, so still pretty new. However, I would love to go out to community, and I just started my own mentorship program where I'm going to be mentoring about 3 Indigenous youth from across Turtle Island, and it's really just bringing them by my side, coming out to events like this and making sure that they feel loved and that they feel good.
Well, that's really incredible, and I'm so proud that you're mentoring. Is it youth you're mentoring?
You got it. Yeah, so Indigenous youth ages 18 to 30, all genders, all across Turtle Island.
Beautiful. And what are you mentoring them in?
Yeah, so it does really range, as I recognize that everyone has different walks of life. Everyone needs guidance in different spaces. So really, I'm a huge advocate for mental health and wellness. So if we could chat about things like that, as well as if they want to sign up for things like an Indigenous pageant. I also do have a couple years in career exploration experience. So I used to be a recruiter. So really guiding through, anything that the Indigenous youth are looking for guidance in.
Last but not least, of course, because you could fill in the blanks, what does this kind of event bring to a community or an area?
Yeah, it's a great question. I know that, for all of Canada, there's this huge focus on truth and reconciliation. And I believe that you do need the truth before you do the reconciliation part, right? So it's really coming out, not only showcasing, some of the hardships that Indigenous people had to endure from colonization, but also celebrating who we are, coming together, doing playing drums, singing, like coming together, showcasing our beautiful artwork, right? And really showcasing that to the rest of the community. So it's really bringing people together, which is absolutely beautiful.
Wonderful to hear. And thank you very much, Anna Miigwech, for spending time with us today, celebrating this beautiful day. And it is beautiful, and we had a lot of dancing prayers, and the opening, the grand entry was incredible. We saw you dancing out there, and all the best in your entrepreneurship. And thank you, Miigwech. So much of a pleasure to have you in my community, Miigwech. Here I have one of our important community members of the Indigenous community, and we're all important. With no further ado, what is your name, where are you from, and what is the importance of an event like this powwow?
Bonjour, Niana Deshnikoshkenukwe Makwado Dam Alderville Donjaba. Speaking in the sovereign language of our traditional territory, my English name is Suzanne Smoke. My spirit name is Golden Eagle Woman. I sit with the Bear Clan. I'm originally from Alderville First Nation. And the importance of this is gathering, assertion of sovereignty, assertion of our culture, knowing that we will always be here. We will always be here on this land. We are teaching our young ones the importance of our language, of our culture, our clans, our kinship, our relationships with Mother Earth, and I think it's so important. And agencies like Toronto Council Fire, the NCCT, Native Women's, these have all been around here. We had trailblazers so many years ago that had this vision of how important it was to have traditional Indigenous ecological knowledge here downtown Toronto. And so I'm thankful for agencies like Council Fire to host this, and for all of our beautiful young people. Miigwech.
Miigwech, Suzanne Smoke, and I'm very proud to be here standing beside my elder, and I'm very proud of all the work Toronto Council Fire Native Cultural Centre has done over the years, from helping the homeless to mentoring us in our art. And I'm so pleased to have been able to report on this powwow, which is making community come together, and it's Indigenous community. And at a powwow, we welcome everybody, don't we, Suzanne?
Yes, absolutely. All the four directions are welcome here to dance.
Miigwech, and always at the end. Here I have Sherry, and Sherry, what's your full name?
I'm Sherry from Mississauga First Nation, Sherry Bobbywash.
Where do you work, Sherry?
Thunder Woman Healing Lodge.
What's that?
It's a place that helps women that were incarcerated, and we help them with aftercare, and that's the program that I run, Daughters of the Earth.
Okay, and can you tell me a little bit about your program, please?
Yes, we run an anger management program, addictions program, living without violence, and we can help with housing and outreach services, and we offer backpacks and food security programs.
That's wonderful and very supportive. I'm impressed. Now, tell me, what does this kind of event bring to a community like Regent Park? And it's an Indigenous event, it's a powwow. So we not only dance around, we not only compete, but we also pray when we're dancing. And prayer is important. And what do you have in the basket over there?
We have tobacco ties, and those are to put your good intentions up to the Creator. And just to let people know that there's 64% of Indigenous Canadians are incarcerated in the prisons today. And that's what we're just out here trying to help everyone and make sure that they're being taken care of.
That's really important, to take care of people that are stuck in the systems or fell through the cracks perhaps, or may have had mental health issues, and ended up in the wrong place, and it's really hard to find support. So it's great that this Thunder Woman Healing Lodge Society was founded by
Patty Pettigrew.
Patty Pettigrew, our role model. And that's what so what does this bring to community, this type of event?
This brings so people are aware of what we can do for our people and how we can help and get the awareness out there that, you know, there is people incarcerated and we can help them. We have people that go in the jails and help them with programs. We help them with mental health. We help them with, you know, as small as dryer sheets to bum cream to a backpack with, you know, shampoo, conditioner, you know, a ride to, you know, their appointments. They're important appointments that they need to help with mental health.
That is important and very kind. And we take care of our community, and it's really good to know about that, all these programs here. We announced at Regent Park that we're having the hot dog lunch. That's on August 31st from 12 p.m. to 3. And this is my friend's program here. It's anger management certificate program. And you want to tell anything about your program?
Our program is offered to Aboriginal women on probation. And we run it twice a week or once a week or whenever they can get into the office and we can help them.
That's wonderful. Thank you for your time, and it's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
And here I have my friend, Mark. And Mark, what's your full name?
Mark Atanasoff.
And where are you from, Mark?
I'm from Toronto, but my family is from Sagamuk First Nation.
And what kind of work do you do? What position are you in?
I work at the City of Toronto in the Indigenous Affairs Office. I'm the engagement manager.
Well, I thought you were a wonderful dad just passing by through the park with your beautiful daughter, Hannah.
Yes, I thought it was a good opportunity to take my daughter, who's 7, to come see the powwow, do a little shopping. We got some earrings, and so it was just a great afternoon.
Oh, nice. So you supported the crafts people in our community. That's wonderful.
Oh, for sure. My mom really didn't get to experience her culture. She attended the Shinnewack Indian residential schools, and so opportunities like this are just fantastic to come see and touch the culture, see the people, see your friends and family, support the community, and so I think it's just a great opportunity.
That's wonderful. That's one of the things I was going to ask, as when we come to this type of event at a powwow, we're introduced, or other people with the medicine wheel of the 4 colors, we experience the culture, reconnecting with our culture, so to say, Mark. And it's really important, as a lot of us had our cultures taken away, like Mark's mom, sadly. And I'm really happy to see you here with your daughter, Hannah.
Just a great opportunity. I mean, I also love taking photographs. I like to celebrate the culture, to showcase it, to bring it to other folks as well. So I think it's really important that we're able to be proud and really just celebrate. And I don't think that's always been the case. I know growing up in Toronto, we weren't really allowed to do it about 30 years ago. And so really seeing it come to life and having everybody celebrate it and want to participate, I just think it's just fantastic.
That's correct, and it is fantastic, and I'm honored to have Mark here with me. What else can you add? What kind of, what does this type of event bring to the community here?
I think it's just really an opportunity for us to come together and celebrate in spaces that we weren't really allowed to do so many years ago. And I know for me, it just allows me to be just that much more prouder, really just to practice our culture when we weren't allowed to, and really just feel proud about it. And to me, it's about, I just want to celebrate it and be with my friends and family. And so I just think it's really a great opportunity. It's a great feeling to do this in the heart of the city, surrounded by all these skyscrapers. I think it's just pretty cool that we are able to do that after all these generations, especially honoring the folks that have really fought for us to be here, to really own our own spaces. So, we're still on a journey. We're still not there yet, but this is a really good start, a part of the journey.
Exactly, and no better place to be, right in the middle of the city, on the east side, close to Council Fire, Native Cultural Center, and one of our great community centers. And Mark works for the city, and it's just amazing and so rich with culture here. I hope you come out next year, everyone, as it's a really wonderful event. And miigwech, Mark. And who do I have here?
Edward's here. How's everyone doing today?
How's everyone doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
You doing great?
I'm doing great. I'm glad to be here. Glad to run into you. Glad to be here at this wonderful festivity.
Awesome. So tell me, Edward, where are you from? What are you doing here today? Who are you working with?
So, obviously, my name is Edward Sear. That's my English name. I'm from a reservation called Kibawik First Nations, which is located in Kippawa, Quebec. I belong to the Algonquin people. My reservation used to be called Eagle Village. However, they did do that transition. I go by the name Kichitawa Migazi, which means Sacred Eagle Man. I'm a proud member of the Toronto Indigenous community, and I am working today specifically with the Toronto Aboriginal Support Service Council. I want to give a big shout out to Lindsay Kretschmer for having me come here today and support TASK. And so if you don't know what TASK is a council of all the different Aboriginal organizations and agencies here in Toronto that collaboratively meet together to make high-level impact on our community through working together in coordination.
Wonderful work, Edward. I'm very proud of you. Auntie Unky Thunder is very proud of this incredible man who does a lot of different, various great things in the Indigenous community. And I've been following him for some time on social media and with my interconnected work and family as well, because it's not just community and blood that we're related to. Edward and I embrace our Indigenous community and love the four colors, right?
That's right, and that was always my teachings too. Is that around that big medicine wheel that says we all fit in perfect balance with all the different colors of man and women, and that's actually one of the things that when I was gifted my spirit name, that was one of the teachings about my spirit name, was that one of my responsibilities was to bring people together in a good way, and I like to think that I've done my best to honor that through social media, because I want to also give a big shout out to Theola Ross, who is one of my mentors, and also a two-spirit person who always told me when I first got hired on, I was working as an HIV outreach worker, and what Theola had told me was, if they won't come to us and our services, then we have to go to them and find them where they're at. And she taught me how to do street outreach. She taught me how to connect with people. And then as I carried on in my community, I realized where are all our youth? They're all on social media. And so that was one of the more innovative ideas that wasn't always welcomed when I first started my career, because that was a boundary issue, right? When you're working in the social work field. So that I just want to give a big shout out to all of the Indigenous managers and organizations that allowed us to cross those lines to do the great work that we do in our community. So you're right, we're all interconnected, whether it's through the web, whether it's in person, whether it's in spirit. I also want to just acknowledge all of our brothers and sisters who are no longer with us as well, those people that are in the spirit world, and we are always connected with them as well. I'm getting goosebumps right now thinking about it. And so I just really want to honor all those people that have taken that transition through that Western doorway.
Well said, Edward. I think it's really important, and I've been an outreach worker for many, many years. I'm a counselor advocate for, I'll just say, assaulted people, and it's really important that we take care of our community by doing outreach or working for TASK or whatever it may be, because back in the day, we didn't have organizations. We started in basements of churches a lot of times, or we started in the park doing outreach, and we still do outreach in the parks. And that's great that we can celebrate our culture in the park today. And it's been a pleasure seeing you here, brother.
My honor.
And it was a nice surprise.
It was very,
And
very,
even better, you're working for TASC now.
Yeah, so I'm here
With.
helping. Yeah, I'm working with TASC today, so I'm just
Awesome.
very, very grateful. But like you said, I've worked with a lot of the Aboriginal organizations and agencies in Toronto, and each one of them brings a lot of great gifts and talents to our community, and so I'm just really, really full of gratitude today to be a part of our community and all the diversity. Because you're right. When I first started my career, there was certainly no truth and reconciliation. There was no acknowledgement of our indigenous people, really. And so to see the mountains we've moved to be where we are today, it's a phenomenal feeling. And I know we still have a lot of work to do. I also just want to. I'm sorry if I'm just going to keep going on here and on, but I just want to. I just want to acknowledge as well that. We have a lot of people in our community that are passing away from fentanyl, and I think that we need to be doing more about fentanyl overdoses because it's not very talked about. And I don't know if that's not the specific topic that we're talking about today.
It's all part of it.
But I think it's something worth talking about. Our young people are passing away from this. Our children are dying from it. Our elders are dying from it, and I think it's something that needs to be talked about. And yeah, I just wanted to make that a point because I was just thinking about I have a funeral, a 1-year anniversary from someone that passed on not too long ago, and yeah, I just wanted to just acknowledge that if you're watching this, please talk about it, please stay away from it. It's awful, and educate our children about how to protect themselves from that.
And it's very important, as I said, to do those outreach jobs that give out those kits, those naloxone kits, naloxone kits and equipment, and it's really important. Saving lives is important, and supporting Indigenous lives really matters, and the children matter as well.
So yeah, I'll leave you guys with that. Also, there's a young lady who's been missing from Barrie. Her name's Autumn Shaganash. I don't know if anyone's aware of that. She's been missing for over a year. If you know anything about where Autumn Shaganash is, if you have any information, even a small detail, please reach out to the Toronto Police or the Moore family. That would greatly be appreciated as well. Miigwech.
Miigwech.
Thank you. Sorry if I veered off topic there.
Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And please follow us on our social media platform. For more information, you can check out our website,